Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal back at it again, giving you that gay shit you love while playing some Hyper Light Drifter. So, last time we were here, we launched into the game, and I talked a little bit about why I thought it was kind of neat that the game tricks you into caring about this character that you have, because they're obviously very sick and they're really struggling with whatever's going on with them, and you don't really know the details about it, but you can see how it affects them because they're constantly coughing and they have trouble randomly when you're on your adventure having to kind of like double over in pain. But I'm actually going to go ahead and just jump into something because I'm a little bit excited to talk about this. I don't know, I just had like a brain spurt. And this is going to sound a little reachy at first, but honestly, I think that there's a lot of gay appeal and like taking care of things, honestly. And I don't mean that like literally like only gay people take care of shit. Because it definitely can be the opposite of that. Some of us aren't good at taking care of things, but I think that for a lot of us, we weren't shown like a lot of care growing up, if that makes sense. Like, I remember times when I was younger where, like, my uncles or just, like, random men would just, like, say stuff about me being basically a big ol' homo, basically. Like, just not being particularly masculine or, interesting. Not being what they thought a little boy should be. And I remember my dad just kind of like not really intervening, you know what I'm saying? And that was something that I felt. And speaking of protecting, so there's a little bit of story going on here. So this bird thing is actually the guardian of these little birds. And it looks like he's had them since they were eggs. So there's a bit of story going on here. There are two different factions of birds. So all the birds we've been fighting are part of like a bird cult or something, because you can see like altars everywhere and they're like sacrificial, like pieces of things, like something's been sacrificed on the altars. And then there's that bird who apparently is not going along with it. I guess it just didn't want to kill, like, the eggs, or break the eggs, or kill the baby birds. But it's convenient that happened right then, because it's related to what I'm talking about. But I think because I personally wasn't, like, really taken care of in that emotional capacity, I really try to embody that in other people. Or embody that in my relationship with other people. And this is related too. So this dude actually, he was the one who saved us earlier in the game, but he's actually going through his own struggles right now. We learn that he actually is dealing with a demon very similar to the one that was actually fucking with us at the beginning of the game. So this person was like struggling the whole time and we didn't even really know about it, and he has his own stuff going on, but he still stopped to help us out. In any case, the reason why I said, like, protecting stuff has gay appeal is I think that, you know, a lot of us have kind of similar stories to tell to what I was talking about, where we basically had to deal with not having emotional support around our sexuality or gender expression from our family, or not having the kind that I guess we needed, in air quotes. Like, I would have really loved to... Honestly, I would have just really loved to hear from my parents that, like, I was just like, shit, son. There we go, we got it. That, you know, just me being a big ol' homo like I was growing up was just fine. But that's not necessarily what I got. Alright, let's fuck these nerds up. Oh, shit. Oops. There we go. I accidentally moved my cursor off the screen for a second. There we go. You might not notice, but whenever we heal ourselves, we actually take out this syringe thing and just kind of stab it into our gut. And I don't know if it's just something specific to our character or it's a gameplay element, but I want to believe that this is kind of us also like managing our sickness. And again, that's why, or that's like another aspect of like, you know, wanting to protect this character. You don't want them to like have to like stab themselves in the gut, so you don't want them to get hurt. But I noticed a lot of my gay friends like games where you like basically take care of things, whether it be like plants or animals, or I mean, hell, like Pokemon and stuff. Because I think that we tend to be very keen to recognizing that kind of suffering in other things. At least sometimes, not all of us are. And we don't want things to suffer, basically, because we don't want to, you know, be that adult that kind of sometimes failed us when we were growing up. Because a lot of times when I talk to my gay friends, they basically kind of like do their own thing, and they don't really get a lot of emotional support from their family. Like, even if their family's okay with their sexual orientation, I think that there are a lot of things we experience as gay people that we just don't know how to talk about with our family. And so we just kind of like shoulder a lot of burdens by ourselves. I forgot what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, you know what? There's a fucking button. Oh shit! There we go. There it is. Okay, so actually, I don't think I need to stand on that symbol on the ground. I just need to be on this platform, and then it goes automatically. Yeah, there we go. But you heard it here from Ethan Bonreal. Wanting to be nurturing towards things has a little bit of gay appeal. Whether or not you agree, that's just how I feel. But I still have, let's see, it's been almost 7 minutes, so we still gotta find something else to talk about, right? I guess I could talk about the game a little bit. So, just going up this mountain, we're seeing like more altars and stuff. And we're gonna learn a little bit more as we actually explore, which is again why I like this game so much, because you learn by seeing, basically. It's not like really spelled out, because there's no dialogue in most of the game. There's technically dialogue that we can encounter. And this is... Actually, I don't even know what these kind of birds are. It's like a bird shaman? I don't know if shaman's the right word. More like a bird high priest. But these things are actually kind of hard to kill. Because they actually move a lot faster than they look like they do. Like, usually when things are spellcasters that wind up spells, they have, like, a long cast time. But these things, they're just, like, shooting out spells left and right, son. It's kind of hard to deal with them. I personally recommend, if you want to play this game, like, using your ranged weapon liberally to, like, get things weak. Because the longer you're in melee range, the more likely you are to get your face ripped off. Like that. God damn it. Oh well, we're fine. Gonna give ourselves a stab in the stomach. I guess I could... Oh shit, son, swag. I guess I could tell a little bit of a story too. Something I was thinking about in regards to, like, I guess protecting or nurturing someone else, or being there for someone else, is I guess it's story time. Several years ago. I don't even know exactly when it happened in regards to now. Because sadly, gay life is full of a lot of fleeting connections, XD. I hooked up with this guy who was from the Valley, and if you're not from Texas, that's the Rio Grande Valley, which is like the southern part of Texas, kind of along the border to Mexico. And he was working construction, and this is actually kind of similar to what I was talking about before, which is why I'm bringing it up. Sorry, I'm blushing a little bit. I'm a little bit embarrassed. I didn't take notes for this video, so we're gonna have to just roll with it. Also, we got our first plot coupon. Sorry, I kind of zoned out because I was trying to actually remember this story while it was going on. But I actually messaged him while I was at Panda Express XD because he was working somewhere kind of near me, and he was really cute. I thought he was very, very cute. And eventually we met up. It took a little bit to make that happen because he lived a good bit further than I thought he would. And he basically comes to San Antonio by himself, and he does work, and he gives money to his family, and he's very close to his family, but they don't know anything about his sexual orientation or anything, or that he likes guys. And he basically was like the caretaker of his family, right? Like he's the one, you know, making money for them, basically. It's not like his family doesn't work, but he's basically partially supporting his family, right? Like the money that he makes, some of it goes back to them. And he was a young guy about my age. I think he was probably like 24, 25. And I got to talking, and it reminded me that, or rather, I asked him, you know, does your family know about your sexual orientation? And he said no. And he was just like, that's just not stuff we talk about. And in my mind, I was like, well, this is honestly a very familiar scenario where you're kind of like taking care of your family and like worrying for them, but also like not burdening them with your own problems in air quotes. But I think that like the sexuality is more than just like your sexual preference. I think it's like a big part of our lives. And so I think decidedly that causes a lot of angst for a lot of us. And it's probably, in practice, pretty rough for him to not have family to be able to talk to about that. So I was thinking about that while we were meeting up. And we hung out a bit. And he actually was like, it was really funny. He was very shy. And he was like, I'm kind of a passive person, so you're really going to have to make the first move. And I was like, okay, XD. And so we made out a little bit. Oh shit, son. Rip. You got fucking bird murdered. But basically, we ended up about to have sex, and he was like, so are you gonna fuck me? And I was like, yeah, but like, do you have condoms, ? And he was like, no, why do we need those? I can't get pregnant. And then, well, he didn't literally say that, but like that was basically his reasoning, like we don't have to worry about anything. And I was like, oh my. And so I made it like a little bit of a mini date. I was like, actually, we're gonna go get condoms together, because he had never went out to buy condoms. And we went and did that and talked in the car, and that was pretty cute. But part of the reason I did that was related to like protecting other people, is that I was like, you don't seem like you have a lot of experience like with gay stuff, and you don't really have anyone to talk about with it, or talk about in regards to it. And so I'm grabbing a health pack, by the way, because I need more HP. This is going to be a pretty brutal section of the game. There we go. Also, I forgot that respawned because I died. But, you know, I was basically kind of like taking care of this person in that scenario. I was making sure he knew to have safe sex, and I was making sure, even though it would feel better for me to like bareback this person, that, oh shit, we took too long getting through that room, so the puzzle reset. Even though it'd feel better for me to like, you know, get in there raw, son. It wasn't something I wanted to do, and so I was trying to take care of that person in this scenario. And, you know, go through the motions with them of buying condoms, because even though, like, I knew in my gay heart of hearts we were never going to see each other again, I thought it was something, you know, just important to do. Since then, I've had bareback sex, and I've already talked about that. And my quick tip, oh my god, this is like a really brutal room, incidentally, holy shit. Oh my god, I'm getting my face blasted off. I'm probably gonna die a few times in here, BT dubs. We'll see how things go, but it's not looking too great. We're already pretty low. Oh, actually, I was about to say I was styling on these nerds. But I knew in my gay heart of hearts I was never gonna see this guy again. And like I said, since then I've barebacked, but my advice to y'all is, if a way to prevent that from happening is just to make sure you have condoms on you all the time, because it's very easy to just be like, well, whatever, I'm already here and I have an erection, or like, I'm already here and I'm already douched, so I should just go for it, it'll probably be fine. That's my little Ethan Bonreal tip for you. Make sure you have condoms on you at all times to stop the temptation. But In any case, in that scenario, I was trying to, protect that person a little bit, even though we were having that fleeting connection. And I thought it was something pretty cool. But in the meantime, I think I should probably cut the video here after I grab this chip. And I want to thank y'all for listening. This was a pretty neat episode. I enjoyed recording it. And we will see how things go in the future. So, have a good one. Bye.